Good morning, my Merit Studio, and welcome back to another episode of Moss Media Middle School Edition. I'm Maggie Para.
And I'm Mia Levin, and Moss Media
Starts now.
Hey Maggie, I have my writing class this week and I'm kind of nervous.
Me too. Luckily, Jaden has an inside look on how teachers are helping us students prepare for this important assessment.
The upcoming writing exam for 6th through 10th graders, students are preparing so they can do their very best. Let's see how students and teachers are preparing for this exam.
Super prepared. They're gonna kill it. They're gonna do amazing. They're gonna rock it. I'm so excited to see how they do.
With help from their teachers, students are confident coming into this test because they know that they're well prepared.
I think absolutely. I think she definitely emphasizes on consistency when it comes to doing essays, and the more you do something, the more confident you come in it, and I think she does an amazing job doing it.
While testing is stressful, our teachers make sure our students are well prepped and confident. Good luck to all our math students taking this test. I'm Jaden Escandon, reporting.
Next up, Amanda has a story on one of Moss's most impactful teachers, Mrs. Martin.
Where is that vacuole? Right in the middle, and it's giant, and it's taking up the most space inside of this cell.
She's a great teacher. She's really funny. She tells jokes during the class. She just makes it a fun environment to learn in. If you have a problem with it, she's not gonna tell you oh wait, I just explained it. She's gonna go more in depth for you to help you with it so you can figure it out. From this class, I kind of like science a little bit more. Yeah, she's the best teacher at Moss.
Blood cells make, bone cells make, hair cells make. Okay.
The part about teaching would probably be the interaction and the relationships that I get to build with my students throughout the year. I feel like lifelong bonds are built, and you can't beat that.
I know this is controversial, and I'm going to make some enemies out of this statement, but Folklore and Evermore they're not my top albums. Okay.
I like to think that this school really fosters your independence as a teacher. They allow you to be creative and to think outside the box and do crazy projects and do things that you feel inspires your students to keep the oomph in teaching going.
I often get the, excuse me, Miss Martin, my students and Miss Martin's students confuse us both. And I think it's because a similar style of teaching. We really like to enjoy what we do, have fun, relate to the kids while educating and teaching and having just a good overall learning experience for the kids. I believe inspiration is such a good word to describe Miss Martin. She embodies so many different characteristics of a good human, a good person, a great colleague, and she displays that in her classroom. I look up to her dearly, and she's got a beautiful family, and she deserves the world.
Moss is known for its creativity shown through our theater magnet. Here's Faith with how students are preparing for the next show, The Night of the Living Dead.
Miami Art Studios offers many opportunities for its students to not only expand upon their talents, but to also ignite the creative spark within them. The Theater Magnet showcases this very well and recently has been in the production process for The Night of the Living Dead. Through the process of building, students have stepped out of their comfort zone in order to make this show flawless.
Well, my favorite part about what I do is getting a different point of view from the theater life. Usually I'm on stage singing, dancing, acting, but instead now I'm building and constructing the entire set, so it's a different point of view in the arts.
The collaboration between students and teachers needed is vital to putting a show like this together.
If you see behind me or you see some of the behind the stuff, there's a lot of work that goes into play, into putting a production like this, the set, the costumes, the makeup. It's a process that's conceptual at the beginning, and then finally you get to realize it. It's a lot.
In the midst of producing the show, teachers can agree that it is very rewarding to see how far students have come.
So the students, they get to have a lot of fun bringing this world to life, putting together all of the production elements for the show, from costumes and scenery and lighting and sound and props. They get to put everything together to help make the world come to life. I don't want to give too much away, but it is a horror story, and you're just going to have to come and see it to find out.
Make sure to come and see the show April 11th through the 13th. With that, I'm Faith Mortazavi reporting. Take it away, newsroom.
And now, onto a quick commercial break. As the year comes to an end, students get distracted with their excitement for summer. This week's Habit of Mind, remaining open to continuous learning, shows that we need to give it our all until the end.
Well, first of all, learning is not just something we do in a season or just for a test. Learning is just a lifelong skill, something that you do to improve yourself, to improve your knowledge base. So remaining open is really important, particularly because you should always want to be learning more. It's a great thing for you in your life in general.
Remaining open to continuous learning to me means to never stop the want for learning. So even if you have a bunch of experience in something or you've received training, education on it for a number of years, at the end of the day, nobody is perfect. So it doesn't matter how much training or education you receive on something, there's always room for improvement.
Remaining open to continuous learning, many times as young people, we equate school with learning, and we think learning only happens in school, and we dread it. We're like, I don't want to learn anymore. I don't want to, I want to shut down. Well, that's the complete opposite of what highly successful people do, right?
Remaining open and having a positive attitude when learning something. Maybe you're not, the best at math and you're struggling with that, but if you continue to close your mind off to it, you're never going to grow.
But once again, learning this material is going to better yourself, is going to prepare you for future classes and future subjects. So learning at this point of the year is really important for you to stay focused on.
You should literally celebrate the fact that you can continuously learn throughout the day, throughout all of the days of your life.
The implementation of a 4-day work week has been a popular topic of debate for many years. Here's Max with his unique perspective on this interesting proposal.
After a long week of schoolwork, homework, and extracurriculars, many students may come home on Friday feeling worn out and exhausted. Because of this, many have wondered if having one less school day would actually be beneficial to alleviate stress and increase productivity. The idea of a 4-day school week has already been incorporated into many school districts, and benefits have been seen for not just students, but teachers as well. According to ncsl.org, having an extra day to plan lessons and grade assignments helps to boost teacher morale, which can translate into better classroom performance. And for the students, studies conducted by the NWEA show that bullying incidents among students dropped by about 39% as a result of the 4-day school week. Opponents of the 4-day school week may argue that the lost instruction day will cause academic performance to fall over time, but this isn't true. Not only is extra time added to the rest of the week to compensate, but it's also been proven to help improve student attendance. Researchers from the RAND Corporation determined that districts using the 4-day school week had an attendance rate of 93.4% compared to the 92.9% attendance rate of those still using the traditional schedule. That extra day of rest helps students feel more refreshed once they're back in school, which leads to better academic performance. All things considered, the boost in student and teacher morale along with the increase in student safety and attendance make the implementation of the 4-day school week the right choice for us. With that, this has been Max Rodriguez reporting. Now back to Newsroom.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Moss Media Middle School Edition.
Make sure to subscribe and follow us on our Instagram at MossNewsMS.
I'm Maggie Parra.
And I'm Mia Levin.
Have an amossing day.